Hi fellow crafters. Today I have a beautiful card to demonstrate, one that features a fun fold. I'll be using my Tulip Fields bundle and the corresponding and oh so gorgeous Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. I can't wait to show you this easy card idea. Hey everyone, I'm Terri from nutsAboutStamping.com. I love sharing techniques and project ideas for rubber stamping, paper crafting, and scrapbooking with you each week. Be sure to hit that red subscribe button and the bell beside it so that you'll be the first to be notified when my next video goes live. Now, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator yet, I would love if you would choose me. Be sure to watch all the way through my video for my bonus tips and design ideas. Now, let's get going on that Tulip Fields Fun Fold.
The Tulip Fields stamp set is really unique. It includes flower field section stamps, like this one here, that when placed side by side can create colorful tulip fields from a tapering perspective. So I can do a separate video on this if you want to know how to use this stamp set. Basically, you start with this stamp and then you use this one to create the tapering effect. You can pair these tulip fields with the windmill, the clouds, or the tree stamp found in this set to make a really fun field of tulips seen. Now, with the windmill field dies, you'll get everything you need to build a picturesque windmill scene. It includes a row of tulips, fences, a bicycle, and pieces to create a layered windmill. And that's exactly what I'm going to do on my Fun Fold card today. So let's get set up and get going. I'm going to start off by creating my layered windmill. So for the sails, I have a piece of rich Razzleberry cardstock. And then for the base of the windmill, the solid piece, I'm going to use early Espresso. And then for the detailed windmill base piece, I'm going to use a piece of pale papaya. Oops, you can see it's a bit sticky, and there's a reason why. When you have these really intricate dies, no matter what die pack you have, I would recommend that you use our adhesive sheets and put a piece on the back. And then when you die cut this out, you're going to go forward and back a couple of times through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It'll help pull all these little bits and pieces out of your intricate die. So I have an adhesive sheet on the back of my pale papaya, and then I have one again on the back of my rich Razzleberry, because this is quite an intricate die as well. All these little bits need to come out. But on this one, because it's a solid frame, I don't need it. I'll be able to use just basic adhesive on the back of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to go to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I'm going to die cut these all out, and then I'll come back and we'll get going on the next step of this Fun Fold card. I have my pieces all ready to go. You can see that on this particular die cut piece, the adhesive sheet is still showing through on the back. Don't worry about that. This is a really handy tool. It's called the Take Your Pick tool, and it helps you poke out all the little bits and pieces. But if you have some that are still hanging on, when you peel off the adhesive sheet, when you're ready to apply the die to your card, it should pull those bits and pieces off as well very easily. If not, then you would grab your tool and just help them release from the adhesive sheet. So now let's work on the Fun Fold part of the card. I have a piece of basic white cardstock that I'm going to use as the Fun Fold layer on the front of my card. I'm going to bring in my bone folder, and I want to fold this piece in half and then use my bone folder to burnish the crease so that it'll lay nice and flat. Now to this, I'm going to add a piece of the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. Now my card base is going to be a little bit unusual. I have a piece of basic white, but it doesn't open up. It's not a card base in the sense that it is a full card. It's a card section. And to that, I'm going to adhere another one of the designs in the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. Love this paper and the designs. So nice for spring. This paper is still available, I believe, for purchase. So you might want to have a look at my online store and pick up a pack, because this paper is going to be retiring when the mini catalog retires as well. And if you love the Flowering Fields paper as much as I do, I have another video that you might want to check out next that uses some of the designs in this paper. Now, to this layer, to the card base, I'm now going to bring in this fun fold, and I'm going to adhere it just the back side to my card base. I'm going to put lots of Stampin' Seal on it, and then I'm going to try and lay it down so that you can see the tulip design paper on either side. So it's kind of like equidistant from the sides. And then I'm going to open it up like that, and that is going to be the fun fold on my card. Now let's bring in these windmill pieces and put together this windmill to add to the front of the card. So the first thing I'm going to do is peel off the backing, this adhesive, from the more detailed windmill base. It was quite sticky, but as you can see, everything came out just perfectly. And then I'm going to carefully layer it onto the solid piece so that you can see the early espresso peeking through. Now I think what I'll do is I think I'm going to adhere it maybe in the center like so. So let's do that next. You want to keep in mind that the sails on the windmill are quite large, and I'm going to use the design in the Designer Series paper to help me ensure that my windmill is perfectly straight. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this beautiful, colorful set of sails to the windmill base. So again, I'm just going to gently pull off the adhesive on the back, just like a charm. I love these adhesive sheets. They make these intricate dies so easy to adhere down, like so. Coming along nicely. Now, how about a phrase for the front of the card? So I've decided not to put a phrase on the outside of my card. It's designer's choice. And as I create my card, as I'm filming my video, sometimes I change my mind partway through, which is what I did. What I also forgot to do was start the video again. So let me tell you what I did. I decided to use my early espresso ink and my rich razzleberry ink, and then look what I did on the inside. I stamped the absolutely amazing phrase from the Color and Contour stamp set, and then the windmill is one of the stamps in the Tulip Fields stamp set. So I used rich razzleberry and early espresso to add these two images to the inside of my card. Now that gives me a little bit of room here to write a short message and sign my name, but you also have all this real estate up here if you want to write a longer message. So now let's think about embellishments. Now, of course, embellishments are really designed to suit your artistic taste and how you want to decorate the front or the inside of your cards. For me, I'm going to use something a little bit more subtle rather than a little bit loud, because I find that the card is already very colorful, especially with the rich razzleberry sails on the windmill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the larger genial gems and I'm going to put it in the center here, which would be sort of like the big bolt that would help the windmill move around when the wind hits it. And then there's these smaller versions of the same genial gems And I think what I'll do is I'll just add a couple of those for visual interest. And there we go. My Tulip Fields Fun Fold card is ready to pop into an envelope and mail to somebody special. If you would like a complete listing of the supplies that I used and the measurements for all of the layers, I will publish a blog article and I'll link to that below in the description box under this video in case you want to have sort of a detailed list of everything to make this card at home. If you don't have the Tulip Fields bundle or the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper, I will leave a link to my online stores in the description box under this video so that you can link over to my stores and purchase these products. I'm Terri. I am nuts about stamping. I hope you'll try this fun fold idea someday soon. Bye for now.